When most of us hear improv, we think theater. A bunch of people standing up on stage doing unplanned or unscripted performances. Well, improv actually plays a really large part in role-playing games as well. So in this video, I'm going to review some of my top tips for becoming better at improv and how to implement it in your games. First, I want to rewind it back to when I first started game mastering, and I was terrible at improv. I was scared and nervous, and I didn't want to say something stupid. I also didn't want to lead my players down a path that was a dead end or didn't really have anything to do with the campaign. So I had my notes and I scripted NPCs and different encounters. And if my players wanted to go somewhere that wasn't in my plans, then I was very tempted to railroad. And for the first couple of sessions, I definitely did. Now, of course, this comes with some challenges. My players didn't really get to explore the world or interact and get immersed in what was happening. Also, railroading isn't really that fun. I quickly learned that if I was going to be good at being a game master and have a lot more fun playing role-playing games, I was going to have to try improving. And it takes a lot of practice. Especially for people who like to plan like I do, it can take some time to get comfortable with interacting with different players and not knowing what the result is going to be. It forces you to be more creative, but it definitely takes time and practice to get good at it. It's kind of like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets, and the more natural these things will come to you. But here are some top tips that I like to rely on when I first started learning to improv and how you can apply them to your game. And be sure to like this video if you want more tips on being a game master. The first thing that I want to talk about is mindset, because once I kind of overcame some of these things, improv became a lot more natural to me and more fun for me as well. The first kind of barrier I encountered was me thinking that I would say something stupid or I would say something that would make my players confused. And while sometimes that might happen, most of the time it doesn't. And when it does happen, it just might spin into something else, or you can adjust your plans and maybe this NPC that you said something confusing is just a naturally confused person and says a lot of different crazy things after that. And so then it loses credibility with the players. And they know maybe not to trust that NPC. So there are certainly ways to adjust if you think you said something that might be confusing. But know that most of the time, your players are not going to be judging you for what you're saying or what you're playing as an NPC. And this goes the other way too. You're not allowed to judge your players when they're trying to improv. If they're playing off of what you're saying and having a conversation and they say something a little bit silly or a little bit off, that's okay, just roll with it. You're there to have fun and be open and flexible with whatever outcome might happen. So once I got past that part of feeling like, oh no, I'm going to say something stupid, and being past that part of, oh no, my players are going to judge me, I was really able to let my guard down and have fun, because that's really what this is all about. It's about having fun and interacting with people at the table. So once I had that flexible, open mindset, not judgmental, not judging myself or others, then I'm prepared to dive in for improv. This first tip is probably one you've heard of before, but it's fundamental to improv skills, and that is the yes and. Essentially what this means is that you actively acknowledge other people's ideas and help them run with it. So if someone said that they saw a purple hippo earlier today down the street, then you acknowledge that and you ask them more questions and you feed off of that and keep going until it turns into something fun. This gives people an opportunity to lay their crazy ideas out there and know that there are other people at the table that will help them try and succeed at those ideas. So if they have a crazy idea of how to get an artifact, then you would help them get there and help them be creative in getting that accomplished. But it goes the other way too. If you have a crazy idea, wouldn't you want someone else to help you succeed at that? I think it's pretty cool that it establishes a relationship at the table where you respect each other and are open to other people's ideas and are acknowledging them, and you can run with it and make for a fun environment, because those are the type of people that you want to continue to play with. The next tip is to embrace the silence. Okay, that's enough silence. What this means is that improv is not necessarily natural to everyone, so you have to give them time to think, and that's okay. You can give a little bit of pause, both for yourself and for other players. Give them a chance to feed off of what you just said before you jump in and try and do something else. Embracing the silence means going your own speed and being okay with that. I would rather it be a little bit slower paced and be good improv than just spitting random things out and it ends up being poorly executed. The next tip I have is to be detailed. When you're trying to improv or have a conversation, oftentimes the little details are what you can grab onto to continue the conversation and continue to make random things sound fun and exciting. So for example, you could say to someone, "Earlier today I saw this orange cat in the forest." Okay, I guess that's kind of something to go on. Or you could say, "Earlier today, I saw an orange-striped cat in the Silver Lake forest, and he was staring me down with his yellow, beady eyes, kind of like he wanted me to follow him. He eventually scurried away, and I didn't follow him, but I kind of wish I did." Now that is something that people can grab onto. Yellow, beady eyes? That's weird. I saw a squirrel the other day with yellow, beady eyes, and then it scurried away. Or, "You probably should have followed that cat. Let's go find it." More details means it's a lot easier to play off of and run with. The next one is body language, and this is particularly important when you are playing an NPC. Let's say you didn't plan for this NPC and they're asking this person a lot of different questions. It can help you get into character pretty quickly if you change your body language. So let's say they run into someone named Tom, and Tom has a hunched back and is very short in a very low, quiet voice. What you can do is then take that voice, really get into character, and already I'm talking slower, using a little bit less of my hand motions because I'm just trying to portray this character. A little bit defeated. Yeah, he saw the person running that you're looking for, but you think he went that way, I'm not sure. Changing your body language changes your whole aura. It changes your whole presence at the table. So this can help you get into character a little bit faster and help to improv in those situations. All right, next, throw away those stereotypes. I mean, it's pretty easy to default to a certain type of NPC. Male in his 40s with glasses and graying hair. Pretty much my default for an NPC. But what if that wasn't your default? Be a little bit more creative and think of different types of NPCs that you can play into your game. The other element to this is that when you surprise your players, there's also more for them to play off of. So if your person is not just an average guy in his mid-40s, but it's a 12-year-old girl who's really super excited and knows everything and sees everything and is very excited and just doesn't sleep, then they're able to play off of that character a little bit better and ask her a lot of different questions in a more exciting fashion. Throwing away those stereotypes also helps people be more engaged at the table. They're more likely to interact with you and improv if they're excited about this unique character. Let's talk about notes. So when you're at the table and your players run across a new location or a new NPC, make sure you write it down. Because if your players want to revisit it at a different time, or if something really cool gets uncovered in that location, what you can do is take those notes and flesh it out a little bit more in between sessions. This is a really great opportunity to use your creativity and kind of expand what the core story or theme in your campaign is and really have these cool side quests or different options for your players. So highly recommend taking some notes as you're going through and your players stumble upon different things. And the last one is preparing. I know this goes a little bit opposite of what you would think improv is, but this can help you become more natural and quick at your improv sessions. So for example, I have a list here of quick names, boy names, girl names, and then I also have some descriptions, sounds, and smells. So I can quickly look at these if they meet someone that I wasn't prepared for and have a name right off the bat. Oh, okay, you ran into Dawson. Really quick, really easy, and that means your players don't always know when you're improvising, which can be pretty fun. The other thing you can do is prepare some side plots or locations that aren't fully fleshed out, but you have different options in case your players want to explore the environment a little bit more. Along with this is having some encounters or items and rewards that they might stumble on. This will just make things go a little bit smoother during the game and help you when you're trying to come up with things on the fly. At the end of the day, just have fun. Be open to the experience. Don't judge yourself or others, and it'll be a great time. It'll lead to some crazy adventures and some weird conversations. But these tips should help you get involved a little bit more and try different things out. Thank you for watching. I hope this helped you with some more improv ideas. On the screen should be more GM tips, and please make sure to like and subscribe if you would like more content from me. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.